Yo, we live. You're now listening to Volume 75 of the Bucket Up Podcast. Here with your boy Ty Doyle, aka Ty Lante, aka DJ Butter Sauce, aka your mom called me over to cuddle. And I'm here as always with the homie, the kid JB. What's good?
Yo, living good, man. Yes, I will take my coffee iced as we are approaching the better weather here in Arizona. But happy to be here, man. The Bucket Up Podcast, volume 75. That's right, 3/4 out here with the 3/4, three gumballs,
Hey.
3/4 waters, 75% battery on your cell phone, which is shit. That'll get you through the day.
I don't know about that.
But it's the kid JB. Could have been right last week. Mister told you so. Not because shit, I'm always right. But when I am, I told you so. But yeah, man, I'm good. How's my man? How you doing? Welcome to the Bucket Up Pod.
I'm Gucci, bro. As always, I've been chilling. Your boy called me 3 naps. 2 Chains is 2 Chains. Called me 3 naps. Yesterday I took 3 consecutive naps because the nigga was tired.
Doesn't that mean what that mean? You just sleeping, bro. You didn't take 3 naps,
bro. Yeah, I took 3 naps. I woke up and then I was up. I had some breakfast. I told everybody on Twitter that Working Moms was a good show to binge watch because I watched most of it Friday night and then I finished it Saturday. It's a nice little, it's 30 minutes, like 13 episodes, so you go by pretty quick. But yeah, I was watching that, finished it, took a nap, woke up, was cooling, tried to throw on this other show called Sex Education, watched maybe 45 minutes of that, took another nap, and then woke up again. I was like, oh fuck. Tried to rewind back to where I started before, and then took a nap again. So that's 3 naps, bro.
Okay, so how long was the intermission, would you say, if you had to clock it?
Well, the first one was like 2 hours probably.
Okay, that's fine.
Then the second one, I made it like, an hour, and then it was like another hour. So, I was up in between.
Well, shouts to Bucket Hat Friday, man. For those that saw, we did we saw Outkast up on there. They call him Andre 3 Stacks, so we're calling Ty 3 naps. You know what I'm saying? We out here. Ty Doyle 3 naps.
There you go. Yeah, so I did that, but I ended up going out last night. I was out in Tempe, kind of in your neck of the woods.
Oh, word.
What the fuck is that place called? Some Morehouse or some house of
Casey Moore's.
There we go, Casey Moore. I don't know why I'm throwing house on there.
The only oyster spot in Tempe.
Yeah, I was over there. They fucking calamari bang. So shouts to them.
Yeah.
I didn't get any oysters or nothing like that, but yeah, I got some calamari, got some drinks, was chilling with some people. So my day wasn't the whole wash of me just napping. Friday night kicked it with Trav, Aubrey, and Tegan. I didn't throw up any Tegan TV. I've been slacking on that. I've been just chilling, but
he's probably, since he met me, he's probably like, yo, Ty, why don't you bring JB around no more? Like,
yeah, bro, he just chilling, bro. He on his Grizzy. He just be moving around,
bro. I bought him a hat for his birthday. I need Trav to post some Instagrams of him in that shit.
Need to.
It was it's a Bagger Vance hat, bro. The golfer shit.
I'm like, see, he on the move so much now that they more worried about making sure he don't get into shit more so than taking pictures of him, All
right, well, take a picture of him and then watch out if he's not getting into shit.
I feel that.
But that's cool.
Yeah, shout out to that. What'd you do this weekend, man?
So Friday, man, I was kind of on the half day tip, like yourself. I actually, took the half day on some responsible shit because I had to get my teeth done. You know what I'm saying? I told you I was going to the dentist.
Mm-hmm.
So pulled up to the dentist on Friday during my half day, man. And so I had to get what's called a deep cleaning done because I guess my teeth were beyond repair to the point where I couldn't just do like a basic cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
And what requires a deep cleaning is they got to like numb your shit because they really go down to the bone and root and just scrape shit out. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. But it's a couple hours. So you got to, take off of work pretty much. So I, took half the day off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in that bitch, right? And she's like, yeah, it doesn't hurt. The only part that it hurts is I have to numb your mouth. And, you could feel some pricky or like something like some sharp pain. And I'm like, it can't be that bad, right? Nope. Very bad, Ty. They legit was just shooting syringes into my gums, bro.
Oh shit.
Just like legit. And dude, and it like hurts when I tell you when I run it back. But you ever see like in documentaries about like heroin users and like the needle breaks and shit?
Wait, what?
She did some shit where the needle broke in my fucking gums, bro.
Oh shit! Did you feel it?
Yeah, and she like had to. She apologized like very like.
Yeah, that's why motherfuckers be scared to go to the dentist, man.
Bruh, and she was like leaning over my shit and doing the needle, and then she was like, "Oh," and I felt the motherfucker like jingle. I was like, "Bruh," and I wanted to be like, "Yo, that's not even a good angle." I'm like out here telling the dentist like how to do this shit, bro. So yeah, bro. I looked at her like I gave her the death stare, like do that again, and we got like I want to do that shit to you. You know what I'm saying?
First
like,
of all, what you should have done, you should have went full white lady, and be like, "Wow, okay, so that's what it's gonna be. Sounds like I'm getting this for free." You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like you're not about to be out here jabbing me with shit and sticking and thinking I'm about to pay for this. Hell no. Nah.
So, you know, my mouth went numb, and then what's funny is I could tell I'm not like the best patient. Beyond the fact that I was in pain and like I was just like mad. I asked like a bunch of stupid ass questions, right? And it's funny because at this point my mouth is half numb, so I can't even feel half my face. And she's all up in my mouth trying to do the shit, and I'm asking her asinine questions. And every 2 seconds she's like taking the shit out. She's like, "What'd you say?" And I was like, "Oh, my bad. I was just wondering if anyone's ever swallowed like the tools you use." She's like, "No." Turns the machine back on. And then like 10 minutes later, I asked her something else. She's like, "What happened?" I was like, "How long will my face be numb for?" And she's like, "A couple hours." Like in her head, she's like, "You couldn't have asked this shit before."
Yeah, like, bro, why are you in the middle? Like I already done fucked up.
Right.
I don't need any more distractions.
So she finally gets it going, and I'm good. But then, yeah, for the rest of the day, my face was numb, bro, and I couldn't do much. Trying to smoke a weed, and like just half the weed was going in my face. Like half the shit was just not
I tried to smoke a weed,
bro. It's so funny. But so yeah, that was Friday, man. And then I was like, you know what? I just went through some shit. I'm gonna pamper myself. So I went and got a pedicure. You know how I speak about those, game changers.
I just don't be feeling like I have the extra cash on me to just, go get a pedi. But I feel that.
I mean, I don't do it every day. Obviously, it's just like once in a while. So this spot was grand opening, so they had like 20% off. But I walked in that bitch, and there was nothing but girls, man. It's just so funny. Man. Yeah, it's just funny. But I'm just like, I don't give a shit, bro. So I just pulled up. Yeah, you roll up your pant socks or your pant legs, and they get to work, son. So that was cool. And then it was my homie's birthday, so I bought him some weed. And yeah, that's how I completed my Friday. And then yesterday, bro, I slept most of the day, and then I had my second job. Burn. Shouts to AZCFL, Arizona Cactus Football League. I did my thing in the booth, and did my thing. But what's funny, dude, is after the fact, I had like not a near-death experience, but you know how I hate driving in a car, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me explain to you how I had, in my mind, a near-death experience that led to an inevitable funny restaurant story because your man, the kid JB, cannot avoid funny restaurant scenarios. So the game ended around 9:40. I was texting Joelle. I was like, "Yo, I want sushi. The spot that we've been looking at is open till 12. Do you want to go?" She says yes. We get home. We find out that place is actually too far away. So we're like, all right, we'll go somewhere else. Also open till 12. It's only half as far. So we plan to go. We're driving, right? And in my head, bro, since the car accident, let me tell the buckets again. I have PTSD. And I'm being real, like not trying to be funny. I actually didn't think PTSD was anything but like coming back from a war and gunshots and shit.
Nah, you get it from almost anything, man.
I like legit did not know that. So when they told me I had it legit, I thought they were fucking with me, or it's just like, oh no, I can shake it off. But it's real, and I don't want to like dial it down for anyone that really has it, but it's a real thing. And I thought like it would just go away, but it's not. So when I'm in a car, man, like everything seems like more extreme than it is. Like I feel like other cars are coming at me. People are switching lanes too fast. Like it's just a bad vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is just hyper sensitive, and it could be anyone driving. I'm always like, yo, you see that car? You see that car? Yo, pull up. And it gives the other person driving like anxiety, like, yo, bro, chill, I got this,
Mm-hmm.
And Joel being in the car with me more than anyone, gets the wrath of it more than anyone. But within like a 3-second span, bro, we went from this one car that was like creeping in the lane way too close. So Joelle, as she's like barreling down, she had to pull up and stop and then avoid them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
I hate that, by the way.
Right. Momentarily, like instantly after that, there's like a flock of 4 people in the street that shouldn't have been, and they were wearing all dark clothing. And not at all. And I'm like, yo, Joelle, there's people. And she had to slow down. And then I roll my window down, which she lets me, which is good because we talked about that. And I yell at him. I was like, yo, get out the fucking street, bro. And they're like, yo, fuck you, blah, blah. I was like, nah, fuck you for real. And I was like letting them smoke. Like, and it felt good. And then Joelle was even laughing it off, like, ha. But then as she's like turning back over, there's like another car that stopped short, and we had to stop short. So I just had my Hulk like or Thor yell or whatever, and I was just like I'm never getting in a car again. Fuck. Like I would like between all 3 of those things, I was ready to just break the car in half. Like I was like, bro, not doing this. So we cooled down. And we get to the sushi spot, right? We open up the menus, Ty, and what do they tell us?
That they close.
They're done serving sushi.
Wait, what else were they even gonna serve?
Everything else, the teriyaki bowls, the fucking,
the chef's home,
the dumplings. But the one thing we came in there for, and avoided a near-death experience for, was the sushi. So. They said, you know what? Everything's on happy hour though, so there's still a discount. So me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you're right, Ty. You're right. Okay, but it gets worse. I say, you know what? Yeah, let me look at one of these teriyaki bowls. It's half off. What I'll do it. Behind us, Ty, is a group of I'm not exaggerating, 20 dudes. 20. And I'm like, okay, unless you're on a baseball team, a fucking bros retreat. I don't know why you wrong. I don't even know 20 people entirely, let alone 22. So then while we're fed up, Joelle's mad at, cooling off from me yelling at the world and, being close to me, feeling, like kind of like, oh shit, when dad yells type shit. Mm-hmm. On top of me trying to cool down because I almost, I almost in my head had died 3 times. Mm-hmm. When I hate being in the car, and on top of them just telling me, oh, we ain't got sushi after the whole day I was planning to get sushi, these 20 dudes behind us, bro, start singing in unison The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance.
How does that even go? I don't even know that song.
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. You don't remember that song?
Nah, bro. That's not the way you sing it. Sound like Sinatra, bro.
They were all well, damn. Shouts to my voice, but nah. I'll send you the song, and you'll know what I'm talking about. And it's one we should have added it to the list of songs. And when that comes on in the club, everybody sings it. And so Joelle and I look at each other, and we're like, we got to get up out this bitch. So while the dudes are singing, I look at the waitress and I just point to them and I go, and I shrug my shoulders like, you can understand, bye. And I just did, bro. So that was last night, man. And shouts to my weekend. So
another sushi spot. You didn't want to.
No, we at that point we both.
You're gonna start calling the head, bro, and some shit.
I don't know. So at that point, I just ordered Chiba Hut delivery, and
I've heard about Chiba. I never had it.
I think I don't know. Do you like toasted subs?
I mean, I'll eat a toasted sub. I'm not like opposed to it and nothing like that.
Why you ain't just eat it cold?
I don't matter to me. I'll eat it whatever way we can get it popping.
Made him a sandwich. He burnt it. Why the fuck he just ain't eat it cold?
Like, cause
Motherfucking sandwich.
motherfucking sandwich, yo, one of the greatest videos ever.
But yeah, so that was my weekend, man. But I'm happy to be here. And again, bro, like, again, it wasn't like restaurant funniness, but Ty, if you have a shop called Ty's Cheeseburgers and I come there, what do you think I want? Your fucking cheeseburgers, bro. I'm not here for your sodas and everything else on the menu. Like,
I just don't. What's the point of like stopping one portion of your menu early? Like, I don't even get like this. They just gotta send the sushi chefs home at a certain time and like just close when they leave, bro. Like,
and my brain's like, bro, you gotta cook the other shit. Sushi's fresh. You can't just
all you gotta do is chop it up.
Yeah, you can't just take it out the saran wrap like they have it every other spot. I'm like, man, like there's so many places, Ty, where I'm like, yo, where's your manager? Can I just come back here? Like, I'll figure it out.
All right, that's just wild. It's like, bro, just close just close everything down together, bro. The whole like, closing some shit, it's just dumb to me. Like, I didn't, because like there's no way for you to know that before you got there.
Right. And I mean, it's smart because if people call it and they're like, y'all got sushi, and they're like, nah, they're like, all right, I'm not coming. But
like, you know how dumb you sound calling a sushi spot and being like, y'all got sushi, and they're like, yeah, the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're right. I should just for fun, I should call a restaurant and be like, you guys got napkins? They're like, what? Right. Yeah. For what?
Yeah, like yeah, man, what the fuck?
I'm like, all right, cool. I'm a messy eater, so I was just wondering.
Yeah, because sometimes you go to places they ain't got shit. So
yeah, I've been using my sleeve. I do. Was that?
What you about to say?
I was gonna say though, we always talk about the finesse on the podcast and the come up. And we at the food truck yesterday, they were like, "Oh, your total is $5," but then they saw my shirt that I was working at the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Oh, it's on us." So you know what I did, Ty? Because I'm like that. I took the $5 I would have paid and I put it in the tip jar.
See, that's what you're supposed to do, man.
Yeah, we out here.
I don't know why people don't try to get you free. Like the waiters, when they fuck up or like something, I don't know how to be like, oh, we're gonna get that off your bill. Like, then I'm just gonna give it to you in the tip. You know what I mean? Like,
you're looking at the manager, you're like, yo, this is coming out your pockets into my pockets, man.
Yeah, bro. Like, I mean, I guess sometimes if you're a waiter and you fuck up, they'll take it out of your shit. Your pay. But I mean, if the kitchen fucks up, then they ain't on you. But yeah, what about that?
But that was my weekend.
Yeah, did you end up catching any movies this week or nah?
No movies, but I did watch a documentary on. It was a documentary on the. Oh, my bad. Actually, I watched that Abducted in Plain Sight thing.
Oh yeah, I already know that shit's wild.
Right, so I don't really need to touch on that, but yeah, everything you said about it was pretty accurate.
Did I say it on the pod? I don't remember if I said
it.
Yeah,
we talked about it on the pod, so I don't need to touch on it.
Yeah. That's all. Anybody who's seen it knows that shit's crazy. And then, I heard about it in the last whatever week, but I caught a couple movies.
The TV shows. My bad. Real quick, I started watching The Wire, so I'll let y'all know I'm about that.
Oh damn! Now you're gonna have to. Shit, you about to eat a fucking crowd of people hitting people up. Like, oh, you gotta watch The Wire, bro. It's the best show ever.
Yeah, I'm like 20 years late to the party, but I thought it was
heavy. I mean, I heard it's good, but
I thought it was in DC, bro. It's in Baltimore.
Yeah, it's in Baltimore. You know that?
I thought it was DC. Yeah, fuck that.
The homie Idris Elba in there, Stringer Bell, I guess.
Yeah. What's that? Omar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So I caught a couple movies, some in theaters, some we watched on Redbox. I already told y'all about Working Moms. That's a pretty good show. You need a comedy to binge real quick. The movie I saw earlier this week was How to Train a Dragon 3. Shouts to the franchise. I don't know if you fuck with How to Train a Dragon.
Nah, I don't even know what that is.
What? Come on, bro.
You don't
know Toothless in the Gang, bro?
I'm hoping it's a cartoon, bro.
It is a cartoon.
Nah, they got a real dude training a dragon.
Nah. DreamWorks, the first one came out, I want to say maybe 2009, 2010. And they had a second one. And now this was the final one. It was the finale. It was a good movie. I feel like There's not a lot of animated movies that be missing. If you ever notice that?
Uh, okay, they may be very good, but I may still not like them. Does that make sense?
I get it if you like not fucking because you're an adult. Like, yes, like,
Well, I mean,
yeah, I get it. Like, you know what I
then,
mean?
yeah. Well, I mean, but then, see what I'm saying? Like, for example, Momoa or Moma or what's
It's
the one
called
with
Moana.
Moana?
You about to
See,
slander Moana right now? Because that shit's good.
see what I mean, dude? I'm not just because I didn't like it does not take away from the fact that it could be top whatever.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's okay if you just don't fuck with it because you know, we're adults out here.
Right, but there's some movies. There's okay, but what I'm saying is there's some movies that I don't like, and I'm like, yo, that movie sucked, fam.
No, I know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. But like, I get it. If you don't fuck with animated films because it's, you know, you're a fucking adult. Like, yeah, I get that. But I'm just saying in general, like, most of these animated movies are like, if you enjoy that type of shit, are fire.
Well, I see.
I
I do enjoy animated movies. Despicable Me, Good Dinosaur. That's where I'm at, bro. I'm just saying there's some that I don't like, but it doesn't mean it's not a good one. I just didn't like that one.
Okay. I mean, I get what you're saying, dog. I'm just saying that like most of them are, to me, it feels like they end up being good. Because I think animated movies, they just take so much more time to make because
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just so much shit that goes into it. The animation takes a while, then you get the voiceover. And I feel like there's a lot of time to kind of tweak it and make sure, you know, to go over and make sure that shit's good. Because that's got to be it.
Yeah.
Because like most of like DreamWorks, you know, they very rarely make bad ones. Obviously, Disney. Like, but I'm with you. Like, I'm not gonna be like, I don't like the movie Frozen, but like it was successful.
Right,
But like, I
right.
don't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, most of the time these
Yeah.
motherfuckers are good.
You just let it go, right?
Right. But like, so How to Train Your Dragon, very good. Like the third one was good. It did, you know, it got sad at the end. It's very cute at the end though too. So I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 bucket hats. Definitely go check it out. If you already saw the other ones, if you're not, definitely get on the trilogy.
What if
You
I
know,
know How to Train a Dragon already?
I feel like you don't. So
Well, maybe I'll just go see it to see if they got like a different suggestion.
nah, you probably should. Yeah.
That's tight.
The other movie I saw we watched on Redbox was White Boy Rick. It came out like
nice. I wanted to see that actually.
it came out last September, and it's about like a white guy
Name Rick.
named Rick. I think his dad also was named Rick. And they lived in Detroit. His dad sold like guns and shit legally. He had like a permit to sell them at like gun shows and shit. And like so, you know, he sold guns legally, but they lived in the hood. You know, his sister was a junkie, and then you know he ended up kind of. I mean, I guess it's based on a true story, but he ended up getting into the drug game, and like then he became an informant, and then he went back into the drug game, and it was like the whole story of like his life and shit. And to be honest, though, the movie was boring as hell.
Right.
Like I don't know, it felt like I don't know, it just was like very like it felt like the whole thing dragged on, you know.
The trailer
I mean,
made it seem like it was action packed.
yeah, like it was about to be a whole bunch of shit, like cool, but like I don't know, it just felt like everything just felt like it dragged on.
Dude, how much do you think Matthew McConaughey gets paid for those Lincoln commercials?
Probably a lot.
Dude, and every Lincoln commercial that he stars in or whatever is such a wild scenario. Like the last one I saw, he was just at this house and like everyone's playing pool, and then he waited for no one to play pool for him to play pool. And then he just drives away. I was like, fam, what just happened?
Like, first of all, Matthew, I'm sure he has a pool table at his crib.
Right.
He could just done that at your crib. He went all the way to the party to wait the motherfuckers was done so he could play by himself. That's okay.
I gotta put that up on the Facebook or something because that is wild. And I'm just like, it's so like confusing. Even his friends are like, "What is he doing?"
Nowadays they probably understand that he just weird. So he just there in the corner, like you know what I mean, chilling. Every now and then they just hear like, all right. And then he's like, okay, Matt, just gonna chill in the corner. All right, man. I don't know why we invite you anymore.
It's funny. You ever think about celebrities that go by the name that maybe we announce them by that they don't go by? Like, what if you're right? Like, what if people like are like, "What up, Matt?" He's like, "Word." Like, we just call him Matthew McConaughey. You know?
No, I guarantee he goes. You got to call him full Matthew. You know, like there's some people like You try to
Jonathan.
yeah, you gotta call him John. They're like, no, Jonathan, or like you gotta call him Chris. Is like, no, it's Christopher.
And you're like, oh, you're one of those people.
Yeah, you one of them motherfuckers. Okay, I see. Like, but I, in some ways I get it because white people only got like 8 names. So like, if your name's Chris or Mike, sometimes you want to be distinguishable a little bit and be like, nah, just say Christopher, bro. You know what I mean? Or like how like Topher Grace, his name's obviously Christopher, but he's like, yeah, just call me Topher.
give us your name, but at the same damn time, don't you dare give us your nickname. Because the other day, bro, I was at the gym hooping, and we were getting a hoop session, and everyone's giving their names afterwards. Like, oh, what up, man? This dude's like, I'm Charles. I was with my boy Ricardo, who you met. And he's like, what's up? I'm Ricardo. And then we met this tall dude, and he goes, what's up, man? I'm Stretch. We're like, oh, because you're tall. So you stretch. Like, unless again, we could feel stupid if he busted out his license and it's like, yeah, Stretch Davidson, but
yeah, true.
I doubt that's his government. So
again, I never give people I just say Ty. So,
but that's okay. But that's your name. Like, it's not. You're not like, yo, call me DJ Buttersauce.
Like, Ty is my name, but it's not my name.
Okay, but if I was like, yo, call me Jess, that's all right. Like, short for Jesse. I don't know, bro. That's still your name. You're not like, yo, how your family calls you Bone. You wouldn't be like, oh, call me Bone. They'd be like, well, why?
I mean, some people do that though. It's like they call the nickname so much that they're just like, yeah, just call me that. But like, it's always wild when you ever got one of those friends that you find out that their name was never their name the whole time.
Yeah, I had a homie named Trey that I found out till like recently his name was not Trey.
Yeah, like, and it blows you like, nah, bro, you a whole different nigga, dog. Bro, I don't know who you are, bro.
And then their name is some shit that you've never even heard of. You're like, wait, what?
All right, yeah, like I got a homie, shouts to Spencer, but his brother, like they always just called him Campbell, and I'm like, all right, yo, what's up, Campbell? And then like years later, I learned that his actual name was Robert, and I'm like, bro, what?
That's crazy.
Like, and I'm just like, that's such a different person. Like, you're not like you were definitely a Campbell. You're not a Robert at all. But like, that
goes to show nature over nurture. You grew up calling the dude Campbell, and then you're like, wait, you're not really Campbell. You're Robert. That's crazy.
Right. But so I mean, some people do it. Like, people got names that don't fit their faces. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like. So that's why I think they lean into more their nickname because it just fits them, like their personality or like what they look like a little bit more.
Well, it's funny because my boy Trey, he's like, he's like this stud of a dude. He was like high school quarterback. He's he's always got like he's buff, like his hair gelled back type dude, And one day we were at his parents' house and like his mom called him G or some shit, and I was like, what? Like, I know she's not calling him gangster. Like the fuck. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, my full name. And I was like, yeah, Trey. What do you mean? And he's like, no, Trey's a nickname. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, I'm the third in my family, so it's Trey, third. And I was like, oh, what? What's your name, bro? Wow. He's like, Garland. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, you Trey, dog. You like, yeah. I was like, yeah, bro, you Trey in every way. Because I'm not like, yo, I'm about to run to the homie Garland's house.
Yeah.
So, shouts to Trey. He's the homie, and he said I'm allowed to smoke with his name, so we good.
There you go. No, but yeah, that really be how it be. It's just like motherfuckers using their middle name because their first name is like fucking Bartholomew and shit, and you're like, all right, yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it.
On the reverse, I'd be fucking with people just like for my own entertainment, but at time I've told people that Jesse is short for Josiah.
I mean, like, all right,
yeah, and they'll be like, oh, okay, and I'm like, yeah, but only like important people call me that.
Only important people. That's funny though.
That'd be a funny thing to say. Be like, yeah, my name is Ty. Important people call me Bone, so you call me Ty.
Yeah, like you don't get that distinction, my guy. I do that sometimes. It's like. People, because like all the whole names that get shortened and the shit don't make any sense. Like, why are we calling somebody named Charles Chuck for short, or somebody named
Richard Dick?
Yeah, why are we calling a dude named Robert going down to Bob? Like, that don't make any sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we don't do it for other stuff. Like, yo, Jack is just Jack. So I'm like, yo, Jackathon, what's up?
You ever have someone have a name that sounds like a nickname, and then people think you're like giving them a nickname, but it's just their name.
Like
That,
who you got
like, so a good example. So at work, we have a homie named Mitch, and it's short for Mitchell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes by Mitch. And like, we have a new guy. And for like a week, he's like, "All right, so what's your real name? I know JB's calling you Mitch this whole week, but what's your name?" And he's like, Mitch." And he's like, "Oh, I thought JB was just giving you a nickname." And he's like, "No, JB's calling me by my name." And like, and that dude's the type, he's mad funny. He's the type of dude that just like gives it to you straight, you know?
Yeah, like nah, that's
So it was just funny because I was like, "Bro, you thought I was just giving people random nicknames like on my accord?" But
right, and not even just like nicknames that have anything like fun in it, like like Stretch would be because the dude's tall, but just like, nah, yo, your name's Thomas. Nah, I'm gonna call you Mitch.
yeah, yeah, bro. Like, so, yeah, that's mad funny. And then, yeah, so there's difference. Like, for example, I go by JB at the office because there's more than one Jesse, and I'm cool with JB because I am the kid JB. But at like for reference points, like at work, if they're like, "And which one are you?" I'm like, "Oh, JB," in case they talk to someone else, and then it's like, "Oh yeah, that's the reference point." But I still, if I'm introducing myself, I'm still like, "Yo, I'm Jesse." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's all based on the environment.
You ever got a nickname that you just was like, nah, don't call me that?
I mean, in high school they tried to do all the Jewish jokes, but beyond that, I mean, now that I'm older and shit, I don't know if you had this back in high school, like with the brother. You being an older brother though, I was the younger, so like kids identified me as like Lil Burke or Baby Burke or that type of shit.
Oh
Yeah. So that's the type of shit I was like, yeah, you gotta cut that out. But nothing.
No,
yeah.
I get that because I got a homie named Ramsey and like, his real name's John or whatever. I guess putting me on the fucking government out here, but we never really called him that. We just called him Ramsey because that's his last name. But then like he got he got a brother and a sister, and we just called both of them Lil Ramsey.
That's really funny.
Oh yeah, we saw Lil, and like everybody just kind of knew which one you were talking about. Like, yeah, we saw Lil Ramsey with her boyfriend. And like, oh, that Lil Ramsey. All right, cool. And then like I don't even know what we called his parents.
Well, it's funny because I was telling you, like, on my Cuban side, bro, we got like 10 Alexes, and baby Alex is bigger than big Alex, but just because his age, he's the baby. So
that's like next Friday.
Yeah, you're just like, "Yo, where's Big Alex at?" And his small ass comes out, and you're like, "Yo, baby Alex, where you at?" And his tall ass comes out.
Right. All right.
That's funny. And then there's like little Alex, which is the other side, like the cousins. So there's like the baby Alex is the biggest, big Alex is the smallest, and then little Alex is the medium.
These are all like cousins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's I got a homie in college. Shouts to Larissa, Larissa. They were from the Ukraine, and her brother name was Vasil, and her dad name was Vasil, and then her cousin's name was Vasil. And it was just everybody just Vasil, and I'm just like, I feel like every time I meet somebody from your family, I'm just gonna assume if it's a dude, his name is Vasil.
Well, yeah, but I swear, my cousin's got a dog, and they're about to name this dog Alex. I swear.
Just keep it in, bro.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Fluffy Alex, come here."
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, so shouts to that. Speaking of nicknames though, and like kids we grew up with, man, what about the kids? I was like dwelling and relating back to the day. Like, what about the kids that took shit too seriously, like especially school? And especially I think back was like, all right, I wasn't the best scholastic kid, in my days. And when it came to homework, I never liked doing that shit. So if someone had homework and we're about to hand it in, I would try and copy someone's, right? Mm-hmm. And usually 4 days out of the week, someone would let me rock, or 3 days out of the week. But then there was always that kid that was like, no, and cover their hand. Remember that stupid hand motion? Covering the paper with their hand. I was like, fuck. So then I was just handing the paper like half complete,
Mm-hmm.
And then like she's like, why didn't you do the other half? I was like, well, shit, no one would let me copy. I don't know. So I think about that. And then remember the kids that would like the teacher would forget to give homework, and they're like, oh, what about homework? And everyone's like, man,
fuck that kid, bro.
Yeah, we about to jump you, fam.
Like, why the hell are you worrying about that shit? Like, in the other case where you're like, they didn't let you cheat off of them, you out here being a begging chooser, bro. Like, hey, bro, I don't know the shit. You worked hard. Nah, show me it, bro. What's up?
Dude, And then, dude, I went to extremes. It's like one time when like fax machines were hot and like I know
what?
like friends' parents were getting them and shit. One time I was like, yo, can you fax me the homework?
Like facts, bro. I don't
Or my bad, scan it. You know how you can scan it and make a
yeah.
duplicate? That's what it was. I was like, can you scan the
I'll be
homework?
mad you out here getting the homework from a fax machine.
Nah, bro. So she scanned it, right? But then you know how you got older, like when in 6th grade, they started like having you have different classes to prepare you for high school and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So my social studies teacher was like, "Oh, I'm really upset. A student today left their homework in the scanner." And I was like, "Oh shit, she's talking about me, fam."
Oh shit.
And then guess what? The person that scanned it snitched on me. Tough.
I mean, yeah, they got caught, bro. Their name's on it. They gotta be like, yeah, somebody asked me to scan it. So
yeah.
but like it's homework, bro. Is it even that big a deal?
No, looking back on it, nah, that 4th grade, worksheet didn't really hold me back in life. But
it's funny though, because I was talking to people yesterday that I took 8 years of Spanish. So, you know what I mean? I was by the time I was in college taking my fucking 8th version of Spanish, I was like pretty good at it. And, motherfuckers in my class who just were terrible saying like, did you take Spanish?
yeah.
Like, they're just like the motherfuckers pronouncing shit like Melamo, Boy,
yeah.
It's like, yo,
Albano. Where's the Albano?
Right, but I had the homie. I was like, so I was good. I was just like, yeah, y'all can just copy off of me, man. I don't give a fuck. And so they were just like, they had like a thing where the one dude would copy off of me, somebody would copy off of him, person would copy off of that person. And I'm like, fuck it. Like, and then Katie was like, why are you letting them copy off of you? Like, because Katie's kind of one of those people. She's like, nah, if I just did the work, like, that's on me, bro. I'm not about to help y'all. And to me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm a pass this shit anyway. They get caught copying off of me. I'm not gonna get in trouble,
bro.
Like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, do whatever y'all do. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, back in middle school, this kid Craig Geno copied a test off a girl word for word that he wrote her.
Oh no!
He wrote her name in the name slot, and it was so funny.
Yeah.
What's so funny is they're like, bro, you didn't know that wasn't your name? He's like, well, nah. But what's funny is the girl he copied off, she had like such a weird name that he's like, I thought she was like in the history books or some shit. Her name was Cheryl Woods.
Yeah, like, what?
He's like, that sounds like a historian, fam. I don't know. And it's like, you just goes to show like how it's like, yo, no, she's been in the same school as y'all since 4th grade, bro. Like,
nah, that you don't even need to explain that, bro. He was copying because he was stupid. I get it.
Yeah, but yo, let me tell you. Speaking on like Katie, the type saying like, if I did the work, y'all not getting it. There was reverse to that. One time in college, bro, we got a group project, and it was we had to do community service, and it fell in my lap, dude. Like we talked about, oh, why don't we go to the Boys and Girls Club and just do an after school program?
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, yeah, word, that's a good idea. Boom. So we left class that day. That day I had work. I went to work, and coincidentally, my customer was like a volunteer specialist at the Boys and Girls Club.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, this is crazy. I was like, yo, I have to do this for college. Do you guys, can me and my group sign up or whatever? Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So I come back to class like the next time we had class, and I was like, oh, guys, check it out. I got our shit scheduled. Like, all we have to do is go there next Tuesday and play with the kids for 2 hours and play sports, and then like we can get the credit hours, you know? And they're like, oh, damn, good shit. You know, Jesse, you pretty much did everything for us. Like, wow. And I was like, word, just that's fine. Like, I don't care. Like, we a group. It's all good. So I pretty much did the whole project for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, literally the whole shit. We got like an A and, whatever. It's not like I was the only one. Everyone got an A, so it was fine. So I left that in my pocket, letting them know, like, later down the semester, like, y'all better come out with the shit because I came out clutch in the first one,
Right.
But then there was no more group projects, so I was kind of like, all right, whatever. I just did more than anybody else, but it is what it is. Maybe it'll come back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Later down in that class, we had the final, right? And one of the girls that I had the group with, I thought she was cool with me because we talked all year on top of being in that group, right? Mm-hmm. And I ran up to her. I was like, yo, what's up? The final is going to be crazy, blah, blah, blah. you know, you got a study guide or something? And she's like, yeah, I actually just made this study guide. It's got all the outline chapters. And I was like, oh, cool. Can you actually send that over to me? And she was like, oh no, I worked too hard to do the work for you. And I was like, wait a minute, fam. I was like, you don't remember all the work I did at the fucking community service shit? And like, I for real was upset because I was like, I legit did everything for you. And she was like, oh, I'm not here to get into an argument. You know, best of luck on the finals. I was like, bitch, like, fam. I was like, yo, I was like, how dare you like make it seem like I'm out here begging for some shit?
Right. I mean, in a way, I get like, it'd be one thing if it's like you ain't already had her back or something with some shit. Like you just asking her for the thing.
Yeah.
I'd be obviously got the right. Yeah, she got a right to say nah.
Right,
but like, bro, like, fam, I just helped like you for real. And it's not to me. That's wild because it's a study guide. Like it's one thing.
That's it.
Like to me, like the egregious shit is like, yo, let me see your paper. And like, nah, I'm not letting motherfuckers see my like.
No, not at all, bro.
A written up paper, but like a fucking study guide, bro.
It was also the type of study guide that you could like bring to the final. So I was like, bro, motherfuckers are gonna let you see that. I was like, bro, I'm not gonna copy it. I was like, I just want to see where your head's at on it, and I'll make my own. And she still wouldn't even let me see like the snippet of it. I was like, all right, bet. I was like, and I was salty too. I was like, all right, bet. Yeah, best of luck. So I ran my own outline, right? And I'm I'm salty at that time. So I was like, hey, you know, small conversation. Hey, what'd you get on the final after the fact? Oh, LOL, 88. You know, it's tough. Bro, I got a 90 on that shit. Fuck that girl, bro.
So it sounds like she saved you, bro. So.
Yeah, but I was just like, oh, word, damn. I was like, your study guide didn't help that much. I got a 90. Like, I ran that shit in the face. I was like, oh, you got what? The wild B? That's cool. I got the A. Like, dude, I was just so mad. I was like, man, but you're right, bro. Like, had it been anyone else, I wouldn't run up to them and be like, yo, I know you don't know me, but can I have your study guide? Like,
right. And they're like, nah, man, I don't really know you. Like, even then, like, if I knew you was in my class and I made it, because like if I made a good study guide, I'm like, yo, this shit's so good. Like, yeah, you can have it. It don't really affect me. And to me, part of the studying for like making the study guide helped me study for the test. So like, I would prefer to make the study guide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I would do.
But like if somebody else just wants to study, I'm like, all right, fuck it. I already made it. You can have it. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I just was like, yo, you are so hypocritical. And what's funny is like I could have pulled that back and been like, oh, I'm find your own volunteers. Like I'm not doing all the work for you. And it wasn't like that. And yeah, so it came back around.
I do wonder, like, I get in some ways I get why people are like that because they're like, I put in this work for me to get this. You don't deserve to like skate by and kind of get a similar grade to me. But like in the same point, like I feel like that's just how the education system kind of pits us against each other. Where it's like, bro, I don't care if I get an A, I don't give a fuck what anybody else got. You know what I mean? Like I don't care if you got an A, I don't care if the whole class got an A. I don't care if the whole class got an F. I don't care as long as I get my grade.
And also, it's not like it was a presentation and it's like, yo, I'm gonna take some of your talking points. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something that it's like, first of all, you giving me
no harm, no foul type shit.
That and you're giving me too much credit to think that if I look at your study guide, I might get the question right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just information that's like
fuck it up. You still gotta remember shit.
Like I could have. She said it's an open book. I could have brought the textbook with me and been like, this shit's in here somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
All right, exactly. But like that's the only thing I'm like, because only thing I'm like I said before, where I think you just can't fuck around with is like written shit. Like I had a homie, they had like it was in the high school. They had like a big writing project, and it was like I don't know if it's like 15 pages, 20 pages, some shit like that. And like he had somebody ask him like, "Oh, yo, let me see your essay." He's like, "Oh, I don't really know about all that." And he was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna copy anything. I just want to see like what you did on it. You know what I'm saying? Like how you structured it and whatnot." And he was like, "Oh, all right, cool." So he sends the dude the essay, and now mind you, this dude's a fucking piece of shit. So my homie probably should have known, but he probably just like, "Nah, it'd probably be all right." But the dude literally submitted his paper word for word.
Damn.
Yeah, and so obviously they got caught. And like the teacher was like, yeah, obviously you guys submitted the same fucking paper, which is like I don't understand what the dude thought was gonna happen. Like he thought like maybe the teacher wasn't gonna notice. It was like the same teacher too. It wasn't like two different teachers.
Yeah, nah, that's ass. I told you about the time where that older lady tried to plagiarize a paper in our name.
Damn.
Yeah,
Like, it
but
was like in a group project.
it was a group project, long story short, and we had this lady named Lydia that was like the overachiever because she was one of those like 40-year-old moms that's like, I'm here to finish my dream of school, you know, that type of shit.
Mhm.
And we're like, word, you know, good for you. And one day we had a group paper and she was like, I'll write the whole thing. I'll write the whole thing. And me and my boy David had senioritis and we're like, word, do it. Let us know when it's done.
Mhm.
And then the professor came up to us and was like, hey, who wrote the paper? And we're like, what do you mean? It was a group project. She's like, it was plagiarized. And we're like, oh, that was Lydia.
First, I tried to be like, nah, bro, it was all of us together. Like, nah,
Yeah.
like, nah, I ain't have shit to do with that. It was her over there.
Yeah, we were like, oh, that was
Hey,
Lydia's
Lydia,
cup.
my guy.
We were like, nah, she was all about just writing the paper herself. And they're like, all right. And then she's like, all right, I thought so. You guys are better than that. But we're like, word, yeah. She's like, wow, if you guys would have really had that in, I could have expelled you guys. And we're like, oh, well, can we do the paper over? And she's like, yeah, just you two. So then Lydia's like, hey guys, let me know when you guys need my help. And we're like, yeah, we'll let you know. And we just never fucking talked to Lydia again.
She get expelled, bro, because she's out here submitting shit.
Nah, I don't know. We saw her on graduation day, which was weird. And we're like, yo, how did she graduate? Like, I don't think this is real. So
Nah, you can't be.
she just bought a cap and gown and showed up. But nah, so yeah, but that was wild. But yeah, getting to it, man. Speaking of kids, you want to bring me up to speed on what these kids are doing on the internets,
All
the,
right,
the interwebs?
I was talking about this yesterday. The fucking Momo challenge. You even know what that is?
Well, yeah. At first, I thought it was K Momo, the fucking the store with the fleeks, the sneakers on fleek, bro.
Wow. Okay. Nah, I have been seeing it with the fucking wild picture of the fucking weird eyes and shit. It was looking like the chick from Beetlejuice, and like I have been seeing it. I just been scrolling by, like, nah, I don't give a fuck what the hell that is. I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not even checking in on it, and then like, but then I heard like actually what it is. It's like motherfuckers is putting this like scary thing at the end of like kids videos, like Peppa the Pig and like other shit like that to scare kids and say that they're gonna kill them or whatever. But then I guess it might have been like a hoax. Like it wasn't really like, I mean, it wasn't that many videos that was doing it, but it's like crazy. But I was thinking like we used to have that shit back in the day. Like you remember that one video with the car on the road and the person just jumped out.
Car in the road and people just jumped out.
It was like you watching the car drive on the road and then the dude just comes out and scares you. And like that was a video people used to fucking dupe people with.
No, I remember the ghost in the room. Remember the computer?
Yeah, that one too. Yeah,
yeah, the ghost just comes in. But nah, see, I'm all brought up to not up to speed, but I'm caught wind of this shit because I have a coworker that has an 8-year-old kid, so she like tells me about like what's daunting in like kids' days. And she was saying that 4 kids, so like the videos encourage kids to commit suicide, and like 4 kids so far have done it. Because apparently the way that the game tells you to do is if you win if you commit suicide or something.
That's
so,
crazy.
Like, 4 kids so far have committed suicide, and it's like in weird ass ways. Like they tell you to like, go grab the scissors and stab yourself with it, and
That's
I don't
crazy.
know. And I was just like, fam, like, we did stupid shit as kids, and I guess the internet wasn't as strong, but we had ways of watching stupid shit and being like, oh, we want to do it. Like, for example, everyone did Jackass stuff, Like when we saw Jackass, we thought everyone was like, oh, let's go jump over the hill and, kick ourselves in shopping carts and stuff. Like we thought it'd be funny, to the point now where it's like, dude, I don't know. It's like social media. There's so much avenues to it. So many avenues. It's hard to like, just be like, yeah, like stick to this,
No, because everything might have something wild in it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it's always been like kind of crazy. Like there's no way to kind of contain it. That's why when we were in high school, that damn two girls, one cup video ended up making the rounds. Like that's the ultimate, like,
which
what the hell's going on?
Which I still haven't seen. So spoilers.
Spoilers. It got 2 girls in a cup, bro.
Dude, what about 2 cups, 1 girl?
I don't know. I ain't seen that one. So
it's just like a girl drinking lemonade.
That's the Andy Kendrick shit when she flipping the cups over and whatnot and tapping on them, doing that shit. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the same shit. It's gonna be harder. Like, I don't know how people with kids now, because I was hearing somebody talk about like how he was a teacher and he was saying that he was talking to his kids about like how he didn't have YouTube growing up, and they were like blown away because you think about it, like YouTube's been around since what 2014 or something like that, and he was like,
YouTube has been
yeah,
around way before 14, dude.
I'm saying,
2000,
like, oh, sorry,
2000
2004. I was saying, like,
yeah, I was like, fam.
and so like these kids just grow up and they just have they can watch literally any video they want at any moment. And like before, we could never even think about doing some shit like that.
Yeah, remember Shouts to Roach Club podcast? They're talking about the Spice Channel. We had to like pretend and think we saw a porno, but it was just like,
no, yeah, that little hazy channel in between.
Yeah, we're like, yo, that's a titty, I think.
Right?
Yeah,
bro, you had to like hope you like some. I don't know how the hell we used to get like magazines and shit. That shit would just pop up. You know what I mean? Like you get the fucking. You try to stay up late night to watch those commercials where they got the fucking 1-800 numbers.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers was out here like mining for porn, but now it's like a kid, if you don't put the right protection on your computer, it's a wrap.
Bro, people hate on me because I say shit about girls doing too much on Instagram. I swear, Instagram is softcore porn, bro.
Yeah, they can get there too, yeah.
Dude, girls be naked on that shit, bro. I'm like, yo, I'm at work. I can't be looking at this.
Twitter be like that, bro. I woke up this morning and somebody had like some like news, and I'm like, bro, you really retweeting news on a Sunday morning? A nigga just woke up.
Yeah, man. It's problematic because it makes you look like you're looking at that shit when you're not.
Right,
like,
but it's like it's other people retweeting it. Like I'm not following porn like things. Like obviously Instagram's different. Like if it's your regular timeline, you're not gonna get it if you don't follow those people. But like you go to the Discover page and you scroll down, you might catch some shit.
Yeah,
you're like, all right, well,
I can't.
But like on Twitter, I'm like, I'll be at work scrolling, and then like it'd be like a titty. I'm like, why, bro? Why y'all do this shit? Like I only put it on when people at work.
And it'll be it'll be shit that like doesn't even relate. It'll be like, yo, the Mavs new starting point guard, and it'll be like a chick with big boobs. I'm like, wait, what the fuck's going on, bro? There's that shit, yeah, and but anyway, yeah, touching on that though, that the kids,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like internet's getting worse, but it's like it was always bad.
It's funny though because some things don't change, even though we were like, yo, that's crazy. The kids deal with this type of internet. Off the internet shit, it's funny because going with that, my coworker still tells me about what the kid's going through, and she was like, "Oh, he's in a gang now," and I was like, "Oh, what? Word? He's an 8-year-old in a gang," and I was like, "Tell me about it. What's up?" She's like, "Well, he told me who the gang leader is." I was like, "Okay," and did he tell you why the gang leader is the gang leader? And she's like, yeah, he told me that he has the best ideas and he's good at not getting in trouble. I was like, shit, that is a good gang leader.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, damn. I mean, all right, well then let homie rock.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna do like gangs now, like they linking up on fucking like social media. Like they got their own private Facebook page. Like the Crips Inglewood. Like, hey, don't post anything weird in here, bro. My girl be seeing this.
Yeah. Yo, we the Latin kings, Latin queens, right? And fuck it, we the I don't know, the disciples in Chicago. Fuck it, go for it.
The whole gang got a group chat.
I will say, hey, yo, have you seen? Wait, did you watch Trigger Warning, Killer Mike?
Nah, what? Oh, no, I didn't watch it. Dude, I saw the thing about trying to make like Crip Cola or some shit like that, right?
Well, yeah, you're just making a good point that like white people gangs are like honored, like the Hell's Angels and shit, but black gangs are like seen bad. Like the name Crip is it's an acronym. It stands for Community Restoration and Progress. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, the dude who made the Crip,
Cripicola.
Yeah, he didn't mean it for it to be like super duper crazy, and it turned into something.
Yeah, and then they had Blood Pop and Cripicola, which is actually gonna come to the streets, bro. So I'm gonna.
I'm about it. If they're making money, I mean, rather than I feel like it's the gang violence is kind of chilled.
Dude, you need to watch that though, because the episode they have the Crips and the Bloods sitting in like a secret conference room, and like they have a bunch of white people like asking about it, and this white guy's like, I might get shot if I drink this.
That would be funny. Like you see on the block, like, hey, you drinking Blood Pop? What's up?
And then it was funny because somebody kept talking like bad about the gang. He's like, I don't know, the gangs are so bad, and then it pans to one of the gang members. He's like, man, shut this dude up. So yeah, you should see it, bro. It's funny as shit. So shouts to Killer Mike.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean,
he's got to chill with the NRA shit, but yeah, this show is good.
That's what's up. You definitely check that out. But yeah, I think we reached the moment that everybody waits for. I guess. Songs of the week, bro. What you got?
Well, I always got to hit him with the old school joint because, I stay in the past. But nah, I be coming with the old school shit, usually with a vibe, a trend of the week. For those that caught Bucket Hat Friday, we did homage to Outkast. So I'm going to keep it within Outkast because, Friday I got my teeth done and I'm feeling so fresh and so clean.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit Outkast fresh and so clean.
That's the song that I wake up to every day. So that's what's up.
Yeah. What are you hitting them with?
So yeah, you know how my segment usually, like a music review, that's plus my song of the week. So this week we had two big albums drop. We had the boy 2 Chainz, Rapper Go to the League, dropped. AR by LeBron. LeBron out here got a losing team that's not going to the playoffs, but he's like, all right, it's cool. I'm taking time off to A&R 2 Chainz album though.
Yeah, I'm good on the father of 38-year-old rap. I'm good.
Nah, but that 2 Chainz album is fire. I listened to it the first time and it felt like it wasn't as like the tracks weren't as cohesive in terms of like album sequences, but that don't really matter nowadays. But like upon listening to it the second time, like he on there spitting, the features are hit pretty well. It's not exactly what you expect from 2 Chainz. Like he's a little more deep on this one, but he's always can spit. I feel like he's been underrated. People thought he couldn't rap, but I think he kind of flexes his muscles on there. There's a little more different kind of beats, some soul samples, not as much trap on there as you might be accustomed to with a 2 Chainz album. But I definitely check that out if you haven't listened to that yet. It's fire.
And check out the new episode of The Shop, 2 Chainz and
I watched that too. That was pretty good.
But dude, Antonio Brown is a fucking bitch, bro. But anyway,
yeah, I was kind of on his side,
dude. You can't have a career with an amazing quarterback and bitch. Just like Larry had his whole career with no quarterbacks, and he hasn't said shit, bro. He hasn't said shit.
My thing is with Ben though. Like, it's Ben definitely be throwing interceptions and then pointing the finger at
and winning 3 Super Bowls, bro. Get out of here with that. Ben is the top 5 quarterback we've seen in our life.
That don't mean he not. That don't mean. First of all, he's cool. He won the Super Bowls. That's whatever. But like that don't mean that he didn't just throw an interception. Like that, you know what I mean? That don't mean when you throw an interception at somebody and you blame somebody else, that don't mean you're not in the wrong because you won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like,
but
you know what I mean? I get that part. The thing I'm like, yo, what the hell you doing is why the fuck you got a fucking blonde mustache, my guy?
Yeah, and blue dreads. But I'm just saying, I don't know, bro. We talked about like last year how he came off the jet, like the private jet, and he's all about himself. And it's like, bro, at the end of the day, I'm
not some role model, bro.
No, but I don't deal with like Odell like that either. Like at the end of the day, the team's bigger than you, and it's like, bro, you're an 8th year receiver out of Central Michigan. Like you ain't popping like that. Like he had, bro. Dude, he had like three good seasons, bro. He could be replaced.
He's been good for like 6 years.
But,
like 100 catches, like
he could be replaced though.
They probably could, but they're not gonna go in it. But that's not the point. Like Antonio Brown is great.
They won without him. That's what I'm saying. And Ben's won without him. That's
and like, but again, Ben's out here. Like I just don't like Ben's demeanor. Besides the off the field shit where he's doing wild shit to girls, like him. Like, oh, I might retire. And then the Steelers like, oh, Ben talking about retiring. Let's draft a quarterback. And then he was like, wow, I can't believe they drafted a fucking quarterback. Like, bro, you just talking about retiring.
Okay, but at the same time,
like, that's how he is. Like, he just does shit like that.
Yeah, but we've only heard that from one receiver. How come Hines Ward and like Plaxico and dudes that played with him haven't said shit like that?
Because maybe it's like, I don't know if it's like this is a thing. Because maybe when he first came into the league, he was kind of like managing. Like that first Super Bowl he was kind of managing, and they were running the ball with the bus. So like he probably didn't grow this ego until later on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean he won his second ring with
he got with Santonio Holmes, and like again, I'm not saying like
Hines Ward
is trash. I'm saying Ben has been pretty bad the last couple years. Like if you look at like how he played on the road and like at home, and like he's been bad, bro.
But you've had to deal with like Le'Veon, his 2 best players sitting out. Like, come on, man, you got to deal with some shit. Like,
and it's like the team has been good because those skill players have been great. Like he's had great skill players, and that's fine. But like at the same time, you don't be out here throwing the interception, like he said, to the D lineman and then blame him for his route. And it's like, bro, what?
Yeah, but that's just one instance, bro. And I think that's just one instance of one
They
game
both
where it's
they
like,
to me, they're both wilding. Like,
well, I want to, okay. Anyway, touching on that, I wanted to say that it just goes to show I love LeBron off the court, on the court. The dude cannot go one drive without complaining, dude. It's one of the most despicable things I see. I just cannot see him ever miss a play and just run back on defense. Every single time he's calling
yeah,
at the ref.
he's out here wilding with that. But at the same time,
every time.
At the same time, though, like the Lakers, I don't know, Lakers fans are blaming LeBron, and I'm like, bro, if LeBron not there, y'all not even sniffing the playoffs. It don't even matter.
Of course not. So that's why. Yeah,
I'm like, you can blame LeBron all you want, but like, bro, if he wasn't there, he wouldn't even been in contention.
But LeBron would make any team better, though. So
yeah, like, exactly. So I'm not about to put it all on him. He need to chill with because there's times where he don't play defense, and he's like getting pissed at the refs, and it's like, that wouldn't help. But at the same time, it's like you decided to go here. When you went there, I was like, "Yo, that team's not that good."
Right.
But like, if that's what y'all want to do, like, you want to be Hollywood, like, this is what you're gonna have to suck up.
And I just didn't. And again, I'm saying I just don't like the narrative change. How like when the Knicks had Michael Beasley, people were cracking jokes about the 11% of your brain and that dude's washed and he sucks. He goes to the Lakers and they're like, "Yo, LeBron's got a new weapon." I'm like, all right.
Nah, but then he played and they were like, "Yeah, get up." No, here's the thing though. When they were signing all those wild people in free agency, everybody was like, "The fuck are the Lakers doing?" We were like, "Why are they signing Rondo and Beasley?" And
people
were like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, Lakers fans were like, "Oh, this is the thing." But like most basketball dudes, because like my whole Twitter is all like basketball people. They're like, "Yo, I really don't understand what the hell the Lakers are doing." I was one of the people. Man, other people are like, "Yeah, I don't get this at all."
But dude, did you see? I was watching them play against the Pelicans, I think it was, and like Rondo and LeBron keep passing it back and forth, and they're like, "That's the high IQ that LeBron was speaking about. He wants to play with a player with a high IQ." And it's like, fam, they're all in the NBA. They should have a high NBA basketball IQ.
You ever see JaVale McGee play? He don't got a high basketball IQ.
Another player that when they signed him, they're like, "Oh, there he goes."
JaVale's been good though. That's the thing. But it's not like he's IQ. Like, there's a different, you know what I mean? Like, JaVale's like, I'm open, I'm a dunk it. Like, but he's not about to be like making the right play every damn time.
What I'm saying, I just don't like the narrative. They beat Anthony Davis-less fourth quarter Pelicans by like 7, and then they lose. And then he's the GOAT. And then they lose to the Phoenix fucking Suns, that are the worst team in basketball. And now, it's everyone else's problem. Like that, I don't like that.
He did put up 27, 16, and 9. Like, I can't. Like, to me, I can't. Like, not ever. It's still a team sport. Like,
right. The final score wasn't 27 points though. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, but to me, it's like, it'd be one thing if he didn't show up. Like, they lost to the Suns and he put up 2 points and like, didn't play. Like, Kobe's had games where like that, where he's like mad at everybody, so he's just passing the whole time, and so he's like, yeah, I ain't gonna shoot. You know what I mean? Like, he's not doing shit like that. But like, again, he decided to join this team that wasn't that good, and then they added people that didn't make any sense. So obviously they're not gonna be crazy. And the thing that's crazy is like, if he didn't get hurt and like from December to the end of January, they probably still make the playoffs because they went like 5-11 when he was out. So that's probably the reason why they're gonna miss the playoffs any goddamn way. But regardless, we just dove into sports.
This is why we love sports.
I was trying to say 2 Chainz album's good.
My bad. I started that rant. I'll take that one.
That shop episode is funny because of Jamie Foxx.
Gerald, and I love Gerald Carmichael, dude.
He's funny as hell.
He's a great writer.
The other shit that came out was Solange's album. Definitely cool. I don't know if you heard Solange's first album.
She makes elevator music, right?
It's like it's funny because I feel like listening to her other album, she was kind of ahead of her time.
Did you not get that joke?
No, I get it because she hit Jay-Z and that was but yeah, when her first album was kind of ahead of its time because like the way that R&B has kind of moved towards like more like kind of smoother, like vibey type music with like people like Daniel Caesar and HER, her. So her music was kind of already like that in 2016, and like those people got bigger. So she drops this album, and it's a little bit more hip hop influence on this one, but it's like the same shit. So it's a pretty good album. So definitely check that one out too. And also, I was telling Trav all week about DaBaby. He didn't want to, he still think that, I don't know, some Trav think that I fuck with people like fucking Lil Pump, who's fucking garbage and shit.
Wait, DaBaby is different from Lil Baby?
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Man.
This is what throws everybody off, because it's like there's like 18 babies. Like there's Lil Baby, who kind of sounds like Young Thug, and then there's a dude named Sada Baby, who's from Detroit, and he rock with like people like T Grizzly and shit like that. And then there's DaBaby, he's from Charlotte, and like none of these people got any connection to each other, but all their names sound the same.
They in the same crib,
right? And none of them rap the same, none of that. But like DaBaby just dropped another album called Baby on Baby. That shit's good. Definitely check that out. But my song of the week, my song of the week gonna be the song with 2 Chainz and Young Thug. I think it's called like Versace on the Floor. Hold on, no, that's not. That's a different song. What the hell am I talking about? It's called High Top Versace. My bad.
Cool.
I had to do that. I can't put it in the pod because I'm sure like 2 Chainz will probably come for us. Some shit. Yeah, bro. So those are my songs of the week.
Cool, man. Yeah. So for the buckets out there, bro, appreciate putting up with us year after year, week after week. It soon be year after year. For the buckets new to us, you can follow us on the Bucket Up Podcast on Twitter, Bucket Hat Boys on Instagram, Bucket Up Podcast on Facebook, and Ty is T Doyle. What's your Instagram?
I think it's just at Tylante22 or something like that.
I'm at the Kid JB. But yeah, Ty, again, thanks for putting up with me week after week. Where can the buckets find us audio? Find out audio.
Yeah, like we don't know what you're listening to us on right now. It's the first time listening. Shouts to you. Shouts to listening to the whole podcast. But just to let you know, we are also on Apple Podcasts. We're on Google Play. We're on Stitcher Radio. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Spotify, and like anywhere you can download those like apps where you can, listen to any podcast you want. I'm sure we'll pop up on there too. So yeah.
Sure. So yeah, man. Episode 75 of the Bucket Up Podcast. We in the books, we in the buckets, and we out.
We out. Shit. You want to do the review thing?
Yeah.
So I got JB's Weekly Restaurant Story, How to Train a Dragon.
Why don't we say Kids Those Days and Kids These Days?
Yeah, I like that. Well, I also had Nicknames, Letting People Cheat Off of You, Kids on the Internet These Days and Those Days.
Yeah.
And then just and more. That works. That's fine.
Yeah, my roommate, we were watching The Shop, and he's like, that guy looks like Antonio Brown. I was like, that is Antonio Brown.
I was like, what the fuck is that? Why is he doing that, man?
Like, he looks so ridiculous. Like, let me tell you, brother. The Hulk Hogan mustache.
Yeah, he really did, bro. Bro, we were saying that, like, because what's it? They said, what's his name is gonna play Hulk Hogan? The dude from Thor. What's his name? Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
And like, so the girl was like at work was like, oh yeah, Chris Hemsworth so sexy. I like, that's funny that he's playing the Hulk. Cause like, could you imagine the Hulk doing like dirty talk or something? He's like, let me hit you from the back, brother.
Better drink your milk and take your vitamins.
He's like, like, yo, that shit is wild.
What are you gonna do when the Hulk runs wild? I don't know, fam.
Yeah, like, yo, that shit is crazy.
All right, let's get this rundown in.
All right, so here I got it right here.
You best believe I'm getting some fucking sushi today after all that shit. Bro.
All right, so we got, I can say JB's week. Okay, today on the Bucket Up Podcast, we got JB's Weekly Restaurant Story, and then you say How to Train a Dragon 3 movie review. And then I say nicknames. You can say letting people cheat off of you. And then I can say kids on the internet these days and those days. And you just say 2 Chainz album and more.
All right, cool.
All right. Today on the Bucket Up podcast, we talk about JB's weekly restaurant story.
How to Train a Dragon 3, the movie review.
Nicknames.
Letting people cheat off of you.
Kids on the internet these days and those days.
2 Chainz album and much more.
All right, cool. One take, we great.
Yeah, shit. We out.
All right.
I'm late to this game. I gotta go.
All right, bro.
It's all good. It's my fault, not yours. We good.
All right, homie.
Later, bro.